Good morning, everyone. So today's adventure is going to be pretty interesting. We have the old Canon PowerShot XS40 HS. I bought this bad boy in 2012, 2013, probably 2012, and I mean, this thing has shot everything from concerts to comic conventions, pretty much everything from the span of 2012 to maybe 18, 19. I've used this for Warped Tour, for, like I said, every other concert I've been to. I did promos for the tattoo shop in my area, Scars of Desire, shout out to them, RIP. To be honest, I love this camera. It's done so much good work for me. Actually, one of the videos I shot has over 600,000 views. It's the reason why Successfully Failing TV is actually like as viewed as it is, because of all the concerts I've been to. That King for a Day video that I shot at the time, it was Nokia Theater. I forget what they're calling it now. To this day, I still get comments and views, which is pretty wild. Whether I went to a wrestling show, basketball game, baseball game. Oh, dog. For a long time, I was afraid of manual settings. Yeah, I don't know, something about it scared me. And though this camera doesn't shoot RAW either, and I'm just finding that out pretty much. I didn't realize it didn't shoot RAW till I brought it to a concert, not a concert, a AEW show, and yeah, I found out it only shot JPEGs. So one might ask, why am I taking this out? So I was watching a video the other day. No, not Curtis, it was George Holden, and he had posted a video of a old Canon PowerShot he had. It was like from 2009, so that camera predates my camera, and the video is pretty much how you can give that camera the filmic look, sort of like, you know, if you're shooting with film, do the settings, the color settings, which I realize you can do that with a lot of cameras. With the Sony, I shoot RAW, so I could always edit it in Lightroom to make it look more filmic. But because this camera doesn't shoot RAW, I figured after watching that video, let me check out the settings, give it a spin, and you know, maybe this camera would be of use. Like I said, I stopped using this camera once I got the Sony, and you know, this thing has put in so many miles, for lack of better words. You know, it kind of sucks to see it just sit there and do nothing. So yeah, I figured if this experiment works and the photos look decent, or you know, better than decent, then I could bring this camera with me on our long trips if, say, the Sony batteries die. You know, and I could run through batteries pretty fast, especially if I'm shooting in burst mode. It's one of those things where, you know, I'm trying to maximize my damn it. Oh, I thought it died already. That's super bright. Let me yeah, so far it's kind of doing the job. I mean, you'll be seeing it on the screen when I edit this video, but it doesn't look bad. I actually like it. And for just to bring this shit out and shoot every so often, not a bad deal. It'd be nice to, I mean, I've got what, two batteries for this boy, and they pretty much last like a long time. So, you know, like I said, for like long trips and whatnot, I could always bring this. So yeah, we've got the Alaska trip, which if I do everything the way I want to do it, This video will be up while we're in Alaska and/or Canada. Friday the 12th. We're going to Vancouver. Our flight lands at like 12 p.m. over there, so we still have the whole day. And then we've got Saturday and Sunday. We're going on a Disney Alaskan cruise. Takes off from Vancouver Monday morning, and then we've got like a whole week on that cruise. We're going to Juneau, Skagway, Ketchikan. So that's gonna be wild. That's like a trip I've been looking forward to for a long time, and the fact that like as of time of recording, we're a week away. So at this time, I will be in the air on our way to Vancouver. So my first time in Canada, first time in Alaska, and I am like beyond excited. It's gonna be pretty cool to take this on the trip. Also, if I'm not mistaken, this thing is pretty good weather. Like, this thing is taking a beating. Like, to put it into context, I took this with me to Warped Tour, and if you guys know anything about Vans Warped Tour, wild show, and I was in the crowd with this, so this thing has been kicked, elbowed, headbutted. See, now the only thing is that I don't know if I'd be able to bring back the highlights with this because it's JPEG. We'll see. But anywho, yeah, so this has been literally everywhere with me. It's been beat up, dropped, rained on, and it's still kicking, man. This thing works perfectly fine. If it wasn't for the fact that it didn't shoot raw photos, I'd probably still be using this. Video is not 4K, it's like 1080p, but still does the job. I mean, if I wanted to use this for video purposes, I'd be fine. But yeah, so because last week I picked up a Yashica film camera from like 83. It was a Yashica, I forget the model, but it was from like 83, 85, around that range, just when it came out. I don't know if it works. I was walking home from a walk with my brother, saw a guy selling it on the avenue, and I asked him how much. My dude said $5. I said, here, take 10. And I walked away with a Yashica film camera. Like I said, I don't know if it works. I'm not like well versed in that realm. So I have to see. I'm kind of refraining from taking it to a store first because I don't want to, I don't want to get played because I don't know much about film cameras as far as like the inner workings and the technical side of it or whatever. So I don't know if I don't want them to rip me off. So I'd like to see if a friend can help me out with that. Anyways, what I was trying to get at was I was hoping that it works, or I can get it to work, so that I could take it with me to Alaska. I've never shot film before outside of like when I was younger on those cheap film cameras and/or disposables. So yeah, it's been a while. I was never a pro at it, but it would be cool to shoot, a roll or two in Alaska, Canada. I mean, I know at least in Canada, I'd be able to find a camera store that, possibly find some rolls for cheaper. But I don't know if that's going to happen. So, point of me getting this is not to edit, because I'm going to have a shit ton of photos to edit with my with the Sony. And then when I say a shit ton, like on any given day, I'm taking about 1,000 photos and just shooting away. So yeah, so the purpose of me bringing this out is to just have some like quick shots that I could possibly post on Instagram and Facebook, just to sort of like live post, I guess. So hopefully this video isn't complete shit, and I still want to continue to post on a regular basis. I had kind of made it a goal to do that, at least a video a week before Christmas. But then, I didn't follow through with that. But I did, on occasion, film some POVs. I just posted one of the Disney Disney World POVs from day one of, well, day 1 and 2 of Kayla's birthday weekend. So yeah, that's up now. I'm gonna, if not this weekend, probably Monday, work on part 2. I'll have that up next week, and then this video will be up afterwards. I'm gonna try to film some stuff before I go to Alaska, Canada, so I can have like another video set for while I'm gone, because I'm gonna be gone for a long time, from the 12th to come back, I think the 22nd or the 23rd. It's gonna be a long trip, so I'd like to have some kind of content. So yeah, hopefully that works out, but I want to try to do this more often. It's still, the whole POV thing is still a little jarring to me, because I got myself a pair of headphones. Well, that was for Christmas. It was a gift. A new set of AirPods, which I desperately needed. So having these in my ear kind of, in my mind, makes it seem like I'm not talking to myself. I'm always worried about like people looking at me, but like who's really fucking paying attention? But anywho, going out, I don't like to carry a lot of stuff with me. I like to keep it light. You know, I have the GoPro on me, and it's not that invasive, but I feel like it brings a little more attention to me. Yeah, it's just a weird thing for me. If I'm with somebody, it's different. If I'm by myself, I don't know, I like to be as inconspicuous as possible. But I'm gonna try to do this. I need to put out more content. I feel like this is the way to go. Today I figured, see, this is pretty good. Yeah, I like it so far. I forget the film set that he was trying to replicate was for these exact settings. Yeah, this has zoom, something I haven't been using at all, because I use prime lenses with the Sonys. I kind of like not having zoom. There's like pluses and minuses to it. Obviously the minus, you have one focal length, you're stuck with that focal length, so you miss potential shots. Something may be close and you know you're too punched in. Some may be far and you don't have the range, but it's something that I lived and died with. And yeah, this is actually good. I like it. I mean, but again, like, I'm not trying to edit these. Well, maybe a little bit of adjustment. The whole goal is to just dump these onto my computer and, you know, pop whatever photos into this video. Like, somebody left their keys. I also think it's funny how, you know, we're so far into the future with all this technology, and we choose to either use film or replicate that film look. But as somebody who grew up in that era, born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, I remember a lot of that stuff. And I don't know if I ever brought this up in a past video, but my stepdad, before he passed, I vividly remember him having a collection of old cameras, like really old cameras. Unfortunately, those cameras are gone. I don't know what happened to them. They've been gone for decades. But I always remembered that for some reason, and they always stuck out to me. And then I go back to when I was in like elementary school, junior high school, and I used to actually like taking photos, believe it or not. Like, I never took it serious, but there was times where like I'd have like a disposable camera or one of those cheap film cameras from back in the day, and I would rock out with those. Like in 8th grade, I had a disposable camera, and I took photos of like all the class, you know, because that class was pretty tight knit. Shout out to Josh, who he hands down one of my biggest supporters. To know that we go way back and he's still supporting, like, I think that's pretty cool. Let's try this huddle shot. So we got like a decent looking BMW here. Oh wow, no cars. This is funny. Gotta take a shot of this. But yeah, so going back to the camera, it brings back a lot of memories. I don't have any of the photos. There's a lot of stuff from when I was younger that I don't have anymore, which sucks. I might have somebody, either my mom or my dad, might have some photos when we were young, some leftover shit, but a lot of this stuff is gone, and it really sucks to see because, let's see, try to zoom. That's actually pretty nice. A lot of stuff is gone, and it's sad. One thing I do have to this day is a one famous photo of me and my brother Chris where we were younger, Christmas, and it was our quote-unquote famous Ninja Turtle Christmas, where we were decked out in Ninja Turtle onesies, and we had like all these Ninja Turtle toys and Mr. Robot, a bunch of really cool shit. But anyways, that photo is of, I was on the guitar, my brother was on drums. We had these little like toy guitar, toy drum sets, and that was something that, like, I'm so glad we actually have that. I tend to repost it every now and then when either my brother's birthday comes up. Yeah, so that, I'm glad to have that picture. And I have some photos that I had on my Facebook and whatnot of me when I was like younger. The point is, like, old school cameras, old school memories, like it brings back a lot of fond memories. So it's kind of funny how we all go back to the old school thing, even though technology is advancing. You know, we're still picking up vinyls. Cassettes are even a thing, and even VHS is pretty cool. Like, I want to collect those too, again, not to play them, just to have them. Technology is wild. So far I'm liking what I'm getting from this little project, and I hope I got that good. I'm glad I actually found use for this camera, because it's been through so much with me. It would be a shame just to watch it. I would definitely not throw it out, although I'd totally keep it. Probably be like one of those relics for me down the line. But again, to bring it to use, and I don't know what percentage battery it is right now, but it's not, still on 3 bars. And hopefully I could get that film camera running. If not, at least that's a nice piece for the shelf. I'm gonna try to take a picture of this pink bike. Let's see, this actually looks good. Let me get a little more detail. See, I forget, I don't have to move my feet. I could just punch it in. But this is nice. I wish this car wasn't in the way, but let's see. Maybe I could. Also, if you're watching this, Aunt, I hope I'm making you proud with these these bike photos. My friend Ant dropped the first ever photo book, and it's pretty much a collection of photos he's taken of bikes throughout the years. I'll link that in the description if you guys want to pick it up. Oh, speak of the devil. Nice car shot. Yeah, also shout out to Ant for always like gassing me up with these anytime I post like car photos, because it definitely makes me feel super accomplished getting compliments from dudes who I think are like amazing photographers. Good thing his page popped up, and his book is called Puncture Repair Kit. And like I said, it's all about bikes that he's images of bikes that he's collected over the past couple years. And but if you guys are into bikes, or you just like photo books, zines, definitely pick that up. Also, now I'm here, even though they're closed, huge shout out to E&J Boutique. Absolutely adore these guys. See, this is, I see a lot of this. A lot of like this bunched up. Yeah, dude, this is actually really cool. Also, it's funny because I'm still in the mindset of moving my feet. Like, I forget that this has a zoom. I don't have to always move. I actually like this right here. The broom's hanging. Yeah, if I could go back in time and actually mess with the manual settings and all that, I'd probably have some really good fucking photos. I feel like my photos are fine for the most part, especially like my Warped Tour shots. Those are always some of my favorites. A lot of the times that I went, it was like semi-cloudy. The lighting was perfect, so I didn't really need to do much outside of just pull the trigger. And some of my favorite photos, some of my favorite memories are from Warped Tour. It's something I wanted to do for a long time, but I never knew how to go about it. But I decided to make a photo book, just documenting like all the years I went. So for me, it was 2014 through 2018. That was the last year I went. We didn't do the 2019 because that was the one that was weird. It was like, it was only a handful of dates, because what happened was 18 was supposed to be the last Warped Tour. They decided to actually end it on the 20th anniversary, which was 2019. But what they did with that show was they broke it up into like two, I think it was 2 events. So there was one in Jersey, I believe. Well, two days in Jersey. Oh no, it was 3, sorry. It was 2 days in Jersey, 2 days in Ohio. Oh snap, a squirrel. Let me see if I could get that zoom. I didn't bring any peanuts, so oh, come on, little guy. I haven't made any videos about him, but sometime in March, like late February, March, I became obsessed with squirrels, and I wish I had a peanut. See, at least this I could zoom. Yeah, these are actually really good. I don't know if you can see that, but it's actually solid. I used to go to this park a lot when I was a kid, play in the playground. Good old days, man, simple times. It's been a nice little walk. What time is it now? Oh, 10 o'clock, not bad. I love these early walks. Go out, walk a couple miles. It's relatively quiet. There's not many people outside, unless you're in Chinatown. That's usually really busy. But ooh, this is a nice shot. Yeah, this thing's still here. Holy shit. Did somebody draw a penis on this car? Yep. Good old peepee. That's weird. It doesn't even. Oh, that's because of the colors that I. Alright. Also, this photo was featured in my my photo book, Riding Slow, my zine about old school cars that I've came across on my street photography runs. I've been pretty blessed with finding a lot of old vintage-ish vehicles, and it's a nice range of different makes, different models, and conditions. Like that car right there, the first time I saw it, I was like, holy shit, I gotta shoot this. It was just beat up, banged up, and I found a lot of cars like that, which is funny. But because they're old, it's just really cool to take photos of them and see, like, let me get a picture of this guy. Hopefully he doesn't see. As a good old Steve Harvey said, dirt builds character. And I say that sarcastically. Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot of this. Not the cleanest, but I forgot this shit flips. Definitely don't feel like I wasted my day. Got some cool shots. This camera should be of use still. So just the fact that I can take these, if I like the composition, if I like the shot itself, post it, and boom, call it a day. Let me see if I can get that Modelo. Pretty good shot. And this also has flash too, so I can use that flash if I want to during the low light. Oh yeah, so back to the cars. Yeah, I dropped that zine. That's also going to be in the description. It's available in hardcover and softcover. Digital, not yet, but I'm pretty proud of it. One of the last times I went out to shoot, I came across an old Ford Galaxy straight out of the fucking 50s, 60s, and it was actually clean too, so wow, this car is just like open. This one too, holy shit. But let me see, can I get a picture of this guy? So this area, like, there's a train tracks and shit. Whoa. Take another. Oh, that's cool. Nope. That's fucking wild. Whew. I'm hot right now. Oh, Jesus, fuck. This side. This is the stupidest but funniest thing I've seen in my entire life. I gotta take a photo of this. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm on 2 bars now, so party's not over yet, but definitely have to keep an eye out. I do have multiple batteries, I just didn't know. I have an idea, it's not lost, but I wasn't trying to look for it, I just wanted to get out. This is pretty cool. Oh, this is cool.
Mama named them Cassius, we calling them Cassius. Mama named them Cassius, we call them Cassius.
Logically, in my mind, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.